Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the final live stream of the night. This video is going to focus on 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication using the lattice method. So our model problem is 72 times 38, and I'm going to go through step by step how to solve that problem. I'm Mr. Camilleri. This is the Mr. Camilleri Show. So step one, doesn't matter which box we start with, but we have a box for each digit. And we have to multiply all the different digits together. So 72 times 38. So in this box, we are going to multiply 2 times 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. Now in this square down here, we're going to multiply 2 times 8. The answer is in the square, and each digit in our answer is in the triangle. So 2 times 8 equals 16. So we are going to put a 1 and a 6. In this square, we have the answer to 7 times 3. And we have one digit in each triangle. 7 times 3 equals 21. So we have a 2 and a 1. And then the bottom box is the answer to 7 times 8. 7 times 8 equals 56. We have a digit in each triangle. We have a 5 and a 6 for 56. So now we have done all of our multiplication. The next step is we have to add all of the numbers together going across the diagonals here to get our final answer. So across the first diagonal, the only number is 6, so we just have 6. Across the second diagonal, 6 plus 1 equals 7, plus 6 equals 13, 3 carry the 1, 1 plus 0 equals 1, plus 1 equals 2, plus 5 equals 7. And in this last set of diagonals, all we have is the 2. Next, we're going to read the number going from left to right. We have 2,736. So 72 times 38 equals 2,736. All right, next example problem. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm. Let's make this last live stream tonight the best live stream. All right, next problem. 84 times 35. 84 times 35 will be our next problem. So we have to make a box, and each digit gets a box. So we have 8, top of one box, then we have the 4, then we have the 3, and the 5. Next, we are going to draw a line across each square, making our triangles. And now it is time to multiply. So in this top right-hand square, we're going to multiply 4 times 3. The answer is going to go in the square, and each digit in our answer is going to go in a separate triangle. So 4 times 3 equals 12. So I'm going to put a 1 and a 2. 4 times 5 equals 20. So we have a 2 and a 0. 8 times 3 equals 24. So we have a 2 and a 4. And then in the final box here, the answer to 8 times 5. So we have a 4 and a 0. So 8 times 5 equals 40. Doesn't really matter which square that you go for first, as long as you put the answers to the multiplication problems in all of the squares. Next step, we have to add the numbers going across diagonally. So starting going across the first diagonal line, we have a 0 there. Next diagonal line, we have to add 2 plus 2 plus 0. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 0 still equals 4. Next diagonal line, we have to add 1 plus 4 plus 4. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Plus 4 equals 9. And then the last diagonal line, we have the 2 by itself. Now outside of the square, we are going to read the number from left to right, and that number is our answer. So we have 2,940. So 84 times 35 equals 2,940. Setting up for the screenshot. We will make it a trilogy. I am going to do one more example problem. One more example problem, and then we are going to call it a video. Yeah, this method will be harder for some. Some find it harder, some find it easier. What I always say is there is more than one way to get to the right answer. So I show multiple different methods, but whichever one you find works best for you, that's the one that you should use. All right, 28 times 34. All right, so we have the 2 and the 8. We have the 3 and the 4. Now I'm going to make my line across each square. So we have triangles. We have our triangles. All right, and now we are going to multiply. So in this square, we have to put the answer to 8 times 4. 8 times 4 equals 32. We put the digits in our answer in each triangle. So 32, we have a 3 and a 2. 8 times 3 equals 24. So we have a 2 and a 4. Answers go in each square, digits go in each triangle. 2 times 3 equals 6, so we have a 0 and a 6. And 2 times 4 is what goes in this square. 2 times 4 equals 8. Now, all the multiplication is done. So the final step, we have to add the numbers going across. We're adding the numbers going across the diagonal lines. So we're adding all the numbers within the square in this line. Then we add all of the numbers within the square in this line. Then in between this diagonal lines, we add all the numbers in the square, then the final one. All right, so first diagonal line, we just have a 2. In between the next set of diagonal lines, we have 4 plus 3 plus 8. So that's a 15, so we do need to regroup. So 5 and 15 is going to go here, then we're going to carry the 1 over. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Plus 6 equals 9. Plus 0 again equals 9. In the last diagonal line, we have a 0 here. Then we're going to read the number going across. So we have 952. So 28 times 34 equals 952. All right, that is my video for today. Some people said they find this method more difficult. I want you to use whatever method works for you. There's a lot of different ways to get to the right answer. Some people like the old school multiplying each digit strategy that I learned in the 90s, 2000s. Some people like area model multiplication. Some people like the partial product method. Some people like this method, which is called the Lattice Method. But whichever method you find makes the most sense for you, that's the method I want you to use. I want my students to have as many tools as possible, so whichever method works for you and makes the most sense to you, that's the one that you should use. But thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to hit the like button. And if there is an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments, and I will do a future video on that skill. Until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off.